What's up, and welcome to the Boys of Fall Week 2 preview. We're coming at you with just a quick, this is not going to be a long video. We are just talking about the Friday night games. We're not even going to talk about the recap we had. It was fantastic on Saturday. But we're going to break in straight to BYU, SMU, and we have Duke and Northwestern. Quick breakdown, and then we will see you guys live as usual at 8:30 tomorrow Eastern time. Ty, BYU and SMU, Duke and Northwestern, probably not two games that where people are like absolutely running to, especially with the Eagles and the Packers playing overseas. But let's start with BYU and SMU. BYU and SMU, do you have a read on that game?
So this one's a little bit tougher for me. BYU looked pretty bad opening week. They had to come back, a come from behind win on a team that they were favored by like 30 some points against. Or close to 30. There's a few sayings that you say in college football, and one of them is if you have two QBs, you have no QBs. And that seems to be the direction that the Stangs are headed right now. They're not really sure. Is it Preston Stone, who I thought was going to be the guy? It turns out that they're not sure if he is the guy. And last week, we saw BYU take care of business. They covered that number. Now, they did play an FCS team, but they won 41-13. If you're giving me a night game on a Friday night, I'm taking the dog. I'm taking BYU plus the 11.5, which is currently where it sits. And I feel like I like the under also. I feel like I like the under, but I see that there's a lot of money coming in on the over, smart money specifically. So I really, really like the BYU spread. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, right on. And I'll tell you, where I'm at, I'm going to give you my opinion here, gang. But like I said, this isn't probably a game we'd be running to go bet. I mean, and honestly, I have SMU written down. But with there just being two games, we don't contradict each other too often. But honestly, I'm probably not running to bet it at the 11.5. I do if I end up with some kind of a two, if I go SMU money line, certainly I think SMU wins the game. Both these guys have played some FCS opponents. This is BYU's first test, but it's funny Ty says that about the two quarterbacks, because I mean that is such a true saying. And there's quite a few teams right now that really don't seem to have their identity. And SMU is taken as far as making both guys the captains. I mean, coaches started from day one with a cancer in the clubhouse kind of thing, So my lean would be SMU. I certainly do. I would lean more so the under though. So some agreements there with Ty is that SMU does have just a solid defense. If they show up, SMU's got an awesome defense. And, BYU's offense certainly is leaves some things on the table, So one thing I think we can agree on, though, Duke and Northwestern, we talk about the service academies and all these different games that are just going to Iowa's, your overs and your unders. Northwestern slowly turning into a bit of a trend, and Duke defense looked fantastic. Ty, I think we can agree we like the under here, right?
Yeah. This is my favorite play of the weekend outside of Northwestern minus 2.5. I think they win this game.
Right.
Are you on Duke?
No, I mean I would probably lean the dog, but I think Duke's probably the better team. But what I feel really good about and what I would actually bet straight out of the two would be that under 37.5, which has actually come up a hair since last night when I kind of was looking at the game. It's come up from 36.5, which is surprising. Because Ty, something weird's going on. I mean, they're not playing in their usual stadium, right? I mean,
they're playing at Laney. I think it's called Laney or Lanny and Sharon Martin Stadium, or at the athletic facility. It's literally on the water.
Yep.
So maybe we can get some wind gusts. I'm taking the
exactly. Yeah, and then that's the best part about college football, guys, is that there's all these like extrinsic factors that you get to bet on. I mean, we talked yesterday or last week. You know, some teams not want to put plays on tape, so you like the under, you like another team to cover. You have a weird situation where Northwestern is playing on the bank of some river. You know, it's windy in general. It's going to be even windier. The stadium's not really built. Some stadiums are built the way they are to combat wind and everything. You know, it's going to be an under game. And it's not even just that. It's Duke defense looked pretty good. They did struggle to move the ball. I mean, there was only like 10 points at halftime. Northwestern, it was 3-3 at half. The game finished 13-6. Northwestern's offensive line was looking a lot better than it had. I think it's going to be one of those gross, just run it down, Derrick Henry, I formation, run it down their throats. And I think the under is going to come in pretty dang easily. And then Ty, that's where you're at officially too, right? Is the under?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Duke Blue Devils. I mean, they played Elon last week. They were up 10-0 at half. You know, and they couldn't even get 30 on Elon. I think both of these teams have a very difficult time trying to figure out who they are offensively. So I think that right now, specifically Duke, and we know Northwestern over the last 2 years has really prided themselves on being a defensive team. I love the under. I love the home favorite here, playing on the water at the high school stadium. It's not really a high school stadium, but it looks like one.
Practice.
So yeah, I'm taking Northwestern, and I'm taking the under. And I might even, here's what I'm hoping. Let me give you a little thing. I'm hoping Northwestern scores quick, touchdown or field goal. Doesn't matter to me. And then I'm taking the team total under. I like the team total under right now where it's at. I believe it might be at 20.5. Maybe it's come down a little bit more with the line movement since it opened up at 39.5. Is now down to 37.5. But
sure,
if we can get an early score from Northwestern and get that up over the key number of 21, I'm taking that.
Because I mean, like you said, like these books, like it's almost like it's on like an algorithm. Like if they score, just bump it up another 6 points. Yep, and I mean, you took a we lost ourselves for a second. I disappeared, or I did, or something. Yeah, my son's watching YouTube, but we have got to the end of it here before we've both been struggling with some internet issues. So we're going to get out of here before we lose you guys completely. Friday night, like I said, tomorrow at 8:30, we're going to break down the full slate. I'll have 5 plays, likely 4 or 5 plays. Ty will be on the same. We're going to have a segment of money line dogs where we're going to take a handful, 1, 2, however it's going to be, and we'll have the recap, be able to talk about the success that we had. We appreciate you guys for watching. Of course, continue to like, share, comment on the videos, everything like that. If you have any games you'd like to try to cover for tomorrow, drop a comment on it tonight so we can see that and we can try to focus on it tomorrow. But Ty, do you have anything else before we close her out?
Yeah, you already know what we do. When we take a 10-point dog, we sprinkle.
There you go.
Sprinkle
the money
line.
There you go. I'm going to play this intro. Yeah, I'm going to play this intro as an outro. Get to hear that music one more time, and we will see you guys back tomorrow.